ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्। अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम। 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 शरणं मम। शरणं मम। शरणं मम। बोलिए राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। We'll chant verse number 30 of the third chapter. Please repeat. Mayi sarvani karmani Sanyasyaadhyatmacetasa Nirashir nirmamo bhutva Yudhyasva vigatajvaraha. After talking about those people who are having the knowledge, they understand that all the activities that are happening in the world is only interaction between the gunas. Gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva. Those people are not attached, having known that. But those who are ignorant, they are identified with the gunas or the instruments and therefore take up the doership. Karta aham iti. And that doer is actually the ego, the I thought, which has identified with the instruments and the instruments acting with the world outside, which is happening in the presence of the self as though gets involved in it and gets attached to it and starts considering oneself to be the doer. Ahankara vimodhatma karta aham iti manyate. So then how should action be done? So Bhagavan says that those people who understand should not unsettle the mind of the people who do not have that understanding, but slowly guide them and refine their understanding. But how the action are supposed to be performed? So first thing, Yudhyasva means in this 30th verse, he has given us the secret of success or the art of right action, saying perform your duties. How? Mai sarvani karvani sanyasya. Offering all these actions, duties to me. Dedicating it to me. And how, what should be the attitude? Adhyatma chetasa. Adhyatma chetasa, we saw one meaning is having that discrimination, that what is it that will lead me to longer benefit, longer happiness. Forever I can be happy, something like that. So what will it that will lead me to a spiritual progress or some kind of upliftment in my life from whichever state I am in. So how, like we took examples of people who are money minded, people who are result oriented, like that, people who are spirituality oriented, adhyatma chetasa. What will these kind of actions, will it take me to my own self? Will it take me to closer to God? Will it help me progress spiritually? That is the consideration. It is not what profit I will get, how much wealth will I make. Those are not the considerations. The considerations are how will I be able to blossom in a spiritual manner? How will my personality improve? How will I go closer to the Lord? These are the considerations in the mind, adhyatma chetasa. With that viveka, having that discrimination, that clarity in thought, and dedicating it to the Lord, one should perform their duties. Now, in this, we see all three aspects, body, mind, and intellect involved in this. With body, perform the action. With the mind, dedicate it to the Lord, and with the intellect have the discrimination that what kind of action and in what attitude I perform, that will give me larger profits, so to speak. So not just worldly profits but spiritual benefits and upliftment. So in this manner one has to act, and the action itself also has to be done keeping the head where the hands are working. That is what Puja Gurudev always used to say. Keeping the head where the hands are working means it is not involved in the dead moments of the past. It is not worrying about the unborn moments of the future, and it is not having that fever of excitement or anxiety in the present moment, but it is completely focused on the work in hand and is able to perform. So without getting excited, without getting lost in the past or future, the one who is able to invest his entire attention and energies in the action in present is the one who can be successful. Nirashihi nirmamaha bhutva yudhyasva vigatajwaraha. Now, after having given this formula for success, and this, although it is talked in the spiritual sense, but it is true in every field of action, this has to be taken care of. And this formula of success, having given this, now Bhagavan is saying there are some people who follow what I say. So what about them? And there are some others who do not follow what I say. What about them? So both pictures, no, this is very important. After giving the principle, if Bhagavan keeps quiet, we say, yes, very good. Now further, talk more. Because I am interested in listening. Bhagavan says, listening, okay, now do. Because the important point is not about listening and understanding, but I have to live it also. Bhagavan says, those who live whatever I have spoken, those who understand and live by it, what happens to them? And those who understand but they do not live by it, what about them? Both pictures are important. One is an incentive that will take me towards that goal, that will help me implement whatever I am hearing, and the other paints a picture where I feel scared and said, no, I will not listen to him, I will follow what you say. So both these pictures are being beautifully painted here in the following two verses, verses 31 and 32. We shall read them. Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha श्रद्धावन्तो नसूयन्तः मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तः सूयन्तः नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान चेतसः. ये, those people, ye, may idam matam, whatever I have just explained. Here Bhagavan uses this word as matam. Matam means opinion. But actually, if it is Bhagavan's opinion, it does not remain as opinion. We have to understand. Here, may matam. Bhagavan is saying my opinion. See, if we say my opinion, people say, who cares? If any common man say, my opinion, in my opinion, I think this. So who is asking you? No value. But if a celebrity says, in my opinion, that person may have no understanding, no knowledge, nothing. But because by the merit of being a celebrity, we say, let us say a cricketer says, in my opinion, you should invest in this mutual funds. He may not have any background of any such thing, but he says, oh, his opinion, whether it is related or not. But that also we take as an authentic source of information. Now, if we think about someone who is an expert in this field and says that, in my opinion, then it becomes even more important. Then what to talk of the Lord, the Lord of the universe? If the Lord of the universe says it is, in my opinion, this is what you have to do, which means it is not an opinion. It is the truth. It is the supreme knowledge. So here, Bhagavan is saying, me matam. He is saying, my opinion means whatever I have taught, whatever I have just explained, the doctrine of right action, the formula for success, whatever I have just explained, whoever, those people who idam matam nityam anutishtanti. Anutishtanti, one who follows, but how? No, we must have heard this name, this word Anushtan. Anushtan is a strict adherence to certain rules and following a vow and doing it religiously. Anutishtanti means Anushtan. One who does the Anushtan means follows religiously. See, religiously does not mean it has something to do with religion. Okay. Religiously word is used even when there is no religion involved. Here also Bhagavan is Anutishtanti means religiously one who follows, means exactly as I have said, so one is living that, one is implementing that. What? Just now he said, Yudhyasva, Mai Sarvani Karvani Sanyasya, Adhyatma Chetasa, Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva, Vigatajwaraha. So all these things, the one who is able to live this, implement this, follow this completely religiously, Anutishtanti. How? Not 1 or 2 days. Because sometimes we also get inspired. We read Bhagavad Gita. Oh, I am so inspired. I am going to live according to this. Resolution is made. New Year resolutions, birthday resolutions, which doesn't last more than 2 days. Such resolutions Bhagavan is not talking about. Bhagavan is talking about Nityam Anutishtanti, means consistently is able to live by the teachings that I have just given. Who is capable of doing this? For whom are these teachings? So he's used the word Manavaha. Those Manavaha, those human beings who are able to live by these teachings consistently for a considerably long period of time, such people. So Manavaha word is used. This is also for a reason only. So it can be hidden that those who follow are fit to be called as Manavaha. So there is that kind of meaning also. Ye anutishtanti te manavaha. That way also one can understand. But this teaching is an exclusive privilege of the human beings. This is a very, very important part in our scriptures. This is very important. In the Upanishad, the Guru says even the devatas in the heaven are not capable of getting this knowledge. So even if devatas are not able to get, why are you trying to get? No. So the teacher is testing the student. The student is a great Upanishadic student. So he says, even if devatas cannot get this, then all the more I want this. Why? Because human beings can get this. That is the beauty. If we hear such statements, devatas also can't get, oh, then what is it? Leave it now. Give me something else. But he said, no, I want this knowledge. Why? Because devatas cannot get, but manavaha, he can get. So as human beings, this is the special privilege of human beings, nobody else. That is why Shankaracharya in various places has said that the rarest of rare opportunity if a jiva gets, that is a human form. And in that human form also, if one feels the need or the desire to get liberated from this cycle of birth and rebirth, then it is even greater. And someone who gets guidance from a great person, master, to get out of such cycles is even more rare. So this Manavaha, Bhagavan is saying, only Manava will be able to follow this. So this teaching is for Manava, and the following also will be able to be done by Manava. Now Manava word also is interesting, because Manava Shabda comes from the root Man in Sanskrit. Man means to think. So a human being who by nature is a thinker and not just blindly believing, such a thinker, so we think, ponder upon what has been instructed, digest and assimilate it, and then we live accordingly. So here he is saying, Anutishtanti, ye nityam anutishtanti manavaha, those people who are consistently able to live by these teachings. And who are they? Shraddhavantah. Even if they don't understand it, Bhagavan is saying, never mind. Even you don't need to understand the logic behind it. You don't need to understand that, this is the way it is said and this is what will happen. No need of understanding. Shraddhavanta, even faithfully, with faith. And how will faith come? Anasuyantah. Anasuyantah means, asuya is a vice, it is a bad quality. It is said, if there is asuya means, I keep on seeing limitations and faults everywhere. This fault finding habit is called asuya. Anasuyantah means the one who is not having that fault finding habit. Means one who is able to see things as they are. The vision of truth. To be able to see things as they are, to be able to understand things as they are. So they are not ones who are doubting anything or thinking that, oh, this is what is this? There must be some evil intention, or this person, how much does he know? He is after all a coward boy of Vrindavan and Gokul and all. How much will he know? I have studied in the best university, Dronacharya University and all in Gurugram, and this person, he has come from Vrindavan and all, and how much will he know? So not like that, not looking at the one who is teaching us, not looking at that person as an ordinary individual. Anasuyantah. And this Anasuyantah, this Bhagavan is addressing Arjuna also later in one of the chapters. Bhagavan is saying that you are such a person. You are not looking at me as an ordinary person. You are valuing this knowledge and also the source of this knowledge. So you understand this very well, Arjuna. So here, Bhagavan is saying, even when I do not see faults and limitations in others, I take things as they are, and with faith, I just follow whatever is being said. I obey, that's all. Not even analyzing, not even trying to understand, just obeying. Even if somebody obeys and consistently practices whatever I have just instructed, he says, Muchyante tebi karmabhi. They will also get liberated from all action. So liberated from action. Now, as soon as we hear such a statement, they will be liberated from action, we start believing that now, on one hand, you are saying the means is perform actions. And then goal, no actions. Liberated from action. Means I am doing this so that I don't have to do again or later. And this is something that even people in the ancient age also used to think about, that I will do all that is needed here so that later in Swarga I will enjoy. There I don't have to do anything. So here that is not the import of this statement. It is not meaning to say that abhi kar lo jo bhi karna hai, abhi kaam kar lo, baad mein aaram kar lena. No, it is not like that. Muchyante tepi karmabhihi means karmabhihi, from actions. This person is muchyante, liberated. These people are liberated. Means what? Actions cannot bind them. They are following whatever has been instructed, and even without understanding it, but with complete faith, if they consistently practice for a long time, they are liberated from the bondage of action. Nobody can force them to do anything. It is up to them whether they want to do or not. And in general, the Upanishads say that such people will live a very active life. Even if they have a choice. In fact, people who have a choice only live a more active life, and people who are actually bound by action actually try to run away from action. So we are all trying to do lesser and lesser and want to get more and more. Whereas a person who is not bound by any such action has been liberated by the bondage of action. Such a person, he keeps living a very active life. That is why for a jnani it is said that kriyavan is a word used. Atma kridaha atmaratihi kriyavan, Upanishad says. Means he's living a very active life. And we find in so many places, not only in our scriptures, there are examples, even in our own world, today's day and age, or recent past also, we have seen so many Mahatmas. They live a very, very active life in spite of having the highest knowledge and no need to do anything. Nobody can bind them, but still they are doing. Muchyante. They are liberated. They want to act, they will act. They don't want to, they don't. It's up to them. Nobody can force them, pin them down. Like Bhagwan himself said about giving his own example. Bhagwan said, Hey Partha, I don't have any kartavya. I don't have any duty. Why? Because there is nothing that I need to attain. There is no attainment, therefore there is no duty. Still, I keep doing actions. I live an active life. So similarly, you should also do. So here Bhagavan is saying such people, they get liberated from action, means whether they act or not, it cannot bind them. For us, if we have a to-do list, if we do not do it, we are bound. If we do it, there are more actions that come and bind us. Whereas for a man of knowledge, there is no to-do list, but still he keeps doing. Muchante te bi karma bhi. So it is not acting that is the goal. It is not being bound by action is the goal. That is called actionlessness. In other words, actions are happening. I am not becoming the doer of the action. So a man of knowledge will not get involved and identified as the doer of the action. Such a person is always free. So such a person, those people, and his plural number is used. It is not singular, plural. Means there are many who are living by these teachings and they are being liberated. So this is a rule, Arjuna. So this much is not sufficient. Also I need to know, what if one does not follow what you say? So Bhagavan in the next verse is saying, Ye tu, we saw this tu word when it comes, different from the previous verse. Ye tu, etad abhyasuyantaha. Those people who listen to this formula, who listen to these teachings, and abhyasuyantaha means, asuyantaha means fault finding. Abhitaha asuyantaha means they are finding faults from all possible ways. This is not possible. This doesn't seem to be practical. He is just like that saying. Maybe from his standpoint it may be right. Maybe in those times it was possible. So all these kinds of, all types of faults that one finds. Abhyasuyantaha. Such people, ye tu abhyasuyantaha, na anutishtanti me matam. Me matam, whatever I have just taught, na anutishtanti, they are not following whatever I have taught. So there are people who are following and they get liberated even without understanding the import of it or the mechanism of it. And here those people who are not following because they are finding faults or because they are not having that faith, such people, na anutishtanti, sarvajnana vimudhan tan. These people, they are vimudhan, confused. Sarvajnana vimudhan, confused about everything. Because a person who finds faults and doesn't have faith, such a person, what will happen to such a person? Doesn't have faith. So then, doubt everything. And if there is doubt, there is always confusion. There is no clarity. I always am confused. Oh, should I do this? But then here it is said like this. But then if I do this, will it really work? Should I really take it seriously? So many questions and so many. I remain confused. There's no clarity. There's no stability of my knowledge. Sarvajnana vimudhan. All knowledge. I am in, unstable and agitated all the time. Vimudhan. Tan. Vidhi, know them to be achetasaha. Achetasaha means the ones who are not thinking straight, who are not able to think properly, who do not have that, they have been blessed with the power of discrimination, but they are not using it to the full potential. So non-thinkers, not understanding, remaining confused all the time, such people, they are, what happens to them? Nashtan. Vidhi. They are actually destroying themselves. Now, what did Bhagavan say in the two verses? Those who follow, they are liberated. Those who are not following, remember, understand them to be destroyed. Now, we may think, listening to this, that Bhagavan, this is like dictatorship. That there was this dictator who was ruling over some country, and he had only one TV channel. And in that TV channel, what was the program? He was talking. Anytime you turn on the TV, there's only one channel and he is talking. All these people, they felt that, we should have some entertainment. So they all gathered together, took a petition, went to the dictator, and mustering up courage, they said, we have a request. He was in a good mood. He said, what is the request? Said, we want, if you can give us one more channel, just as an option, that will be good. So he said, that's all. Okay, from tomorrow we'll start the second channel. Oh, very good. So then they were all very, very pleased, went back, and when they turned on, and then they went to the other channel, and there he is standing with a gun. Go back to the first channel. So now, these two verses look as though Bhagavan is doing this only. If you don't follow whatever I am saying, you will be destroyed. If you follow, you will be freed. What is this, Bhagavan? This is not fair, But the point is, if we have to understand this, Bhagavan, although Bhagavan has used the word matam, but we have to understand it is not his opinion. This is the law of the universe. So, for example, I say that traffic rules. Now, traffic rules, it is written in the rule book that we have to follow. These are the rules and we have to follow. Now, if somebody says that if you follow these rules, you will be free to go, free to move ahead. But if you do not follow, you will be destroyed. Means you can't reach your destination. You will be stopped, you will be fined, you will be punished, or sometimes you may meet with an accident. So many things can happen. But if you follow, you will be able to move and reach your destination. You will be free. Nobody is going to catch you. So now if somebody says that, is it dictatorial? It is the law, and if you follow the law, if you are in harmony with the law, you are free, you can move ahead. And if you are not in harmony with the law, then you will be bound. You will destroy yourself. Nashtan, vidhi nashtan achetasaha. Those people who are not using their power of discrimination, those people who are confused about everything, they don't reach anywhere. Vidhi nashtan achetasaha. So, destruction is not, sometimes such words, we feel that, Bhagavan is cursing them. Bhagavan is not cursing anybody. He is not here to curse. He is saying the law of the universe is work in this manner, you will get all success. If you fail to work in this manner, you are destroying yourself. What is wrong in that? If a doctor says that you have to take care of your health, you have this problem, you tend to go this way, so therefore you follow all the disciplines that I have given. If you follow what I say, you will be free. But if you do not, then you are destroying yourself. Is it wrong? Is it dictatorial that doctor is saying, what is this doctor is saying like this? It is not. No, this is the fact. So it is not somebody's opinion. It is not what I like, I want to impose upon somebody. No, Bhagavan is not doing that. Bhagavan is just telling us, learn to work in harmony with the universal law. Follow this for your own good. Bhagavan is saying, I am not interfering in this. It is your sweet choice. You do it for your own good. And if you don't do it, you are destroying yourself. So all those people who are able to follow, they are all free. And all those who are not able to follow, destroy. Now destruction also has to be understood, that in the second chapter also this pranashyati, vinashyati, all these words keep coming. The destruction also you have to understand. Destruction does not mean the person dies. Destruction means inability to live to my full potential. That is called destruction. Purushartha ayogyata. That's what Shankaracharya ji defines it as. I am not able to do what I possibly can do. मुझसे जो हो सकता है वही करने की ताकत नहीं है मुझे. I am not able to do it. That is called destruction. I am a human being, but I cannot live like a human being. I exist like an animal or an insect. Dayaniya sthiti hai. That is really very, very pitiable condition. I have the ability to achieve great things, but I am moving about in the ordinary. That is nasha. That is destruction. It is not destruction means that something will happen to me, but I will never be able to rise to my 100% potential. I will not be able to achieve what I possibly can in this lifetime. That greatness which is awaiting me, I can never reach. That is so sad. I can do something, there was a possibility, but I did not. Why? Because I did not follow these basic rules. So I started from my home, I wanted to reach some destination, but I could not reach there. Why? I did not follow the rules and I was caught in between. So I only destroyed myself. Even when there is a classroom and there's a teacher and there are students, children sitting in front and all, and then the children are not following certain basic codes of discipline, then what happens? There is disturbance created in the classroom and all those things. But if the child is punished, whose loss? Earlier they used to make us stand on the bench inside the class. Then there was a period when they used to throw us out of the class when there was more fun. Because we are standing outside and enjoying, that we don't have to listen anyway. But from the standpoint of knowledge, whose loss? The one who has missed following that discipline. So the one here also Bhagavan is saying, this is a basic discipline, code of conduct. If you are not able to follow, it is your loss. You are going to destroy yourself. If you are able to follow, you will be free, liberated. Then there is nothing more to achieve. You have achieved what you have to achieve. You have achieved the highest potential of human life. After that, there is no problem. Now, after that, there is a very, very important question that is raised, not by Arjuna, but when we study, when this question comes to mind. Bhagavan, you say those people who follow will be freed, they get mukti, and those people who do not, they will be destroyed. Now, is this known to everyone or not? Yes, of course, basic understanding this everybody knows. We also know. If everyone knows that this is the result of following and not following, then why do people not follow? then everyone should follow. Here is a secret of success. Here is a formula laid down, and I am capable of doing it, and nobody is stopping me from doing it also, and I can follow it, and I know that if I follow, then that is liberation, is what I am promised. Knowing all these things also, and if I do not follow, I'll destroy myself, that also I know, still I am not following. Why? There are so many people who are not able to do this. Mahabharata itself, Duryodhan's one statement is very, very famous. Duryodhan says that I know what is dharma, but I am not able to follow it. Nacha me pravritti. And I know what is adharma, but I am not able to leave it. So one who knows what is good, but not able to follow it, pursue it, and one who knows what is destructive, still not able to leave it, that such a personality is called Duryodhan. So we all have that Duryodhan in us in different times, different occasions. That Duryodhan surfaces and says, "I know this is good for me, but I won't go for it. I know this is not good for me, but I want it." We all do. So many times this happens. So why does this happen? Why is it so difficult? If I know this is a secret of success, now I just do it and I succeed. It's so simple. And it is not that there is only limited seats, limited offer. You can first come, first served only. Only first 50 people will succeed. After that, this formula will not work. Nothing like that. That is why plural is used. That for as many and whoever comes and is ready to abide by this, success is guaranteed. Even without understanding, if somebody follows this, just with faith, that is enough. Obey and you will get it. That's what Bhagavan has promised. Now, if it is so very easily available and it is so straightforward to understand, why do people not do? This is a question that naturally arises when we are listening to this discourse, and when we are thinking, we are feeling that why do people not do then? Why this category at all? And that this category also of those people who are not obeying, that is also said in plural only. Not that few people don't, many people are there who don't follow. And there are many who follow also. So if it is so easily available and it is so logical, it makes so much sense, still why people are not able to do it? Or why are they not following? Why are they not obeying you, Bhagavan? This is a question. So now Bhagavan is answering that question. This is a very popular verse considered to be the verse number 33 of the third chapter. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakritir jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigrahah kim karishyati. He says, people, are they not afraid of your rule and your wrath and your, this result and all these things, destruction and all? Are they not afraid of you? And even if they are afraid, what to do? Even if they know what to do, what happens? Swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham cheshtate. A person, cheshtate, acts sadrisham, according to, as per, swasyaha prakritehe, as per one's own nature, one's own swabhava, one's own prakriti. Prakriti means, in the technical term, it is called vasana. So according to one's own vasanas, one's own prakriti, one's own swabhava, everyone acts. Everyone means who all? Jnanavan api. Even if that person is learned, Jnanavan does not mean Sthita Prajna. Jnanavan does not mean man of realization. Here, Jnanavan means a well-read person, a learned person. Like we are studying Bhagavad Gita. So we are considered to be Jnanavan. We know Bhagavad Gita says this should be done. If we do this, this will happen. If we don't do this, this will happen. We know it. Jnanavan api. But still, having known, are we able to transform our lives instantly just by listening to it? Why? Not that we do not have faith, not that we are finding faults with Bhagwan. No, we know it is Bhagwan only. We have full faith, we have devotion, we want to do this also, and we want to succeed also. Still not able to do. Why? Because Bhagwan says everyone acts according to their own nature. अपने अपने स्वभाव के अनुसार, प्रकृति के अनुसार. Whatever is my prakriti, I act accordingly. Prakritim yanti bhutani. All beings only follow their own prakriti, their own basic nature, their own patterns that have been formed over a period of time, not just in this lifetime, but many past lifetimes, patterns. Such patterns are so deep that people just blindly follow. They are, even if they know they want to do something else, they are not able to do. They are just following those patterns. To change is very difficult. Prakritim yanti bhutani. Bhagwan says, Nigraha kim karishyati. What is stopping or restraint going to do? Can we stop somebody from going according to their prakriti? No, it's not possible. This same knowledge or this same fact, Puja Guruji puts it in a very, very simple manner, which we will be able to understand even better. And that is, nobody listens to anybody else. Everyone listens to their own mind. So we all belong to that category. We don't listen to anybody. We listen to our own mind. And when our mind says, yes, we can listen to somebody, we listen to that person. And then the mind says, no, enough, now don't listen to that person. Stop listening. That is called Prakriti. The expression of Prakriti in our life is mind. That is why Gurudev used to say, mind alone is Maya at play. That is a Prakriti. That is my mind. Whatever, you do this. No, I won't do. Why? I don't want to do. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. No, I want to do that. So I will do. Mera man jo kahe, so I do. And listening to these whims of the mind, मन की मानते हैं तो कहते हैं मनमानी. So this, I do whatever, listening to my mind. That is what is Prakriti. And it is, these patterns have been formed over a long period of time. It is not just habit. Habit also is grosser than these patterns, vasanas or Prakriti, which is more deep. So when I have these tendencies which are deeply ingrained in me, I tend to follow that only. Physically, if you have to take an example, if there is a stone and we pour water, now what happens is, the water, it's a stone, and we pour water, the water flows, But does it flow from all directions in the same way? No. It will trickle down from specific points. And if we keep on pouring, those points where it is trickling down, slowly there will be a depression in the stone. There is a channel formed over a long period of time. That's how rivers and all we find. You want to see that in Gangotri, there is a place called Suraj Kund. If you see there, the stones, we can literally see this. There are holes in the stones created by the flow of water over so many years. So now this stone, the patterns, small channels are formed just by water, just pouring. After that, dry it up completely. And then any time even a little bit of water is poured, the water will flow only through those channels. Even if we want it to flow from somewhere else, it cannot. Why? Because that channel is deep enough that now water won't go anywhere else. And if it has to go somewhere else, it is very difficult. So this is exactly what is happening in a subtle way within us. Prakriti, nature, so that's how it is happening. In spite of knowing that I don't want this, still I'm doing that. There's a very beautiful definition of prohibited actions. What is prohibited actions? Nishiddha karma or pratishiddha karma. What is prohibited action? Those actions, the results of which we ourselves do not want, still perform. It's called prohibited action. हम उसका फल नहीं चाहते, खुद भी नहीं चाहते, पर फिर भी हम करते हैं. It is prohibited does not only mean somebody is asking me not to do. I also know it is wrong. इसीलिए मैं छुप छुप के करता हूं और उसका रिजल्ट भी मुझे नहीं चाहिए. Nobody, any person who is performing a prohibited action does not want its result, whether it is empirical or absolute. I don't want any result of it. Even a thief who goes and steals does not want its result of getting caught and punished. He doesn't want that, but still he does. So it is very interesting. The patterns, and these patterns, Prakriti can be positive, can be negative, both. That is why it is said that when talking about a guru or a saintly person, the example is given of a scorpion fallen in water. A saint will come and pick it up and wants to put it on the land under a shade of the tree. And in the process, the scorpion keeps on stinging. But the saint again and again tries to pick it up and finally puts the scorpion. Somebody asks, why no, it was stinging you so many times. Why did you just not leave it? And why were you so keen on putting it? So he said, if the scorpion is not able to leave its Prakriti, why should I leave my Prakriti? So positive Prakriti also is possible. Negative Prakriti is also positive. I can be lazy by Prakriti. I can be very active by Prakriti. I can be brilliant by Prakriti. But Prakriti is what I follow. And if somebody says, no, you change, it is not very easy. That is why Bhagavan is saying, Nigraha kim karishati. You try to change them, you try to tell them, you try to stop them, nothing works. But here Bhagavan is not giving up on us. This is just the 3rd chapter. It goes on till 18th. So Bhagavan has not given up on us. But Bhagavan is saying, see, this is the difference between Bhagavan saying that what is there, nothing, stopping is not going to work. When Bhagavan says that, he has not given up on us. When we say such a statement, we give up. We say, what is the use? Nobody is going to listen. Let it be. Stop. So here Bhagavan is not stopping. But he is saying, at this juncture, very important for us is to understand, because see, the whole thing is not just action, but also Bhagavan is talking about leadership and the right demonstration for society. And that is what is most important for Arjuna here. In the very beginning of the Gita, Shankaracharya ji explains why Arjuna? Because he was an influencer of those times. And therefore, if he follows the right path, the world will follow. And that is why, to set the right example, It was very important that Arjun gets the point. And that is why he says, at this juncture, what is important for us is, as soon as we hear something like this, immediately we look out and say, this person seems to be following what is said here, this person is not following what is said here, so this is bad, this is good. We have made this kind of compartments of the world outside, not of us, ourselves. Here Bhagavan is saying, be patient and accept others as they are. Why? Prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Don't try to change the externals. Don't try to change others. Rather, invest your time and effort in changing yourself. This is what is important. That is why Gurudev used to say the message of scriptures is you change. He used to say you turn. You turn has a pun in the word. You turn within. Take a U-turn. So we have to work on ourselves and not judge people and become very, very, this thing that, no, you have to do this. It is said here. Prakriti myanti bhutani. Nigraha kim karishyati. And Shankaracharya adds a little to this and says, Nigraha kim karishyati mamava anyasyava. Bhagavan is saying, even if I stop, nobody is going to stop. Even if I say something, nobody is going to listen. So if Bhagavan himself is saying that even my words are not going to find any effect, then who are we? And we think we will change the world, we will change people, we will change people in the family. That is why it is said that after about 30-40 years of married life only, the real love is discovered. Because till that time we are trying to change the other. Then when the acceptance comes, nigraha kim karishyati, that's when real love manifests. Now, hum bane tum bane ek duje ke liye ho gaya. Tab tak, till the time we are trying to change the other, there is no peace. So in the world external, I have to come to peace with this statement, saying everybody is following nature the way I am following. The point is, if people are bearing with me, and I don't realize it, but people are bearing with me with all my idiosyncrasies and my, but then why can't I bear with others? If people are tolerating me all the time, why can't I? सब मुझे सहन कर रहे हैं, मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता? So the point is, our judgment is they are not like me, so they are bad. So who is a good person? The one who is like me. Because I am the only good person. Yardstick of being good is me. That is not going to work. Prakritim myanti bhutani. Bhagavan is saying, Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakritehe. Jnanavanapi, even a learned person, even one who knows this is to be done, still is unable to do it. And after listening to such a verse, sometimes we feel, this despair. We feel hopeless. Hey, what is this? Bhagavan, you are also giving up. That nothing can be done. What is this? So we have to understand that Jnanavan api word is used for a reason. There is Prakriti and there is Jnana. Two things are there. There is my nature and there is knowledge. Usually, my decisions, my choices and my actions are all what? Prakriti. Jnana, influence of Jnana is not so much on me. Jnana is there, I understand everything, I can explain it to people also, I can talk about it for a long time, but still when it comes to implementation, I follow my nature only. So what is our responsibility? What is my sadhana? My sadhana is to bring about this shift from following Prakriti to following Jnana. So my life has to follow as per the scriptural injunctions and not as per my nature. So when we say, I have always done like this, we have to stop saying that. because such statements will make our resolve weaker. I have always been like this only. मैंने तो ऐसा ही किया है. No, but now it is time to change. Now you have information. So, what is my sadhana? My sadhana is the effort I put to make this shift from Prakriti to Jnanam, to knowledge. So, may my thoughts, may my decisions, may my choices, may my actions follow what the scriptures have said. Follow my knowledge and wisdom. And that is why, on one side, Prakriti, listening to that is called Manmani. And the other side, when I choose knowledge, then it is called Buddhimani. So one side there is Manmani, other side there is Buddhimani. What do I want to choose? I choose my mind, which is according to my Prakriti, or I choose my intellect, which is according to the knowledge gained through the scriptures. So if I try and make these changes, this shift happen, then it helps. And that is why, what did Bhagavan say? Even without understanding, if you obey, you will be free. Now, if we understand this principle and then evaluate how one or two generations before upbringing was, there was 100% enforcement. There was nothing called we will give you freedom. You choose what you want to eat. You choose where you want to go. You choose what you want to wear. No. Enforcement. Why? You do what I say. Learn, have the habit of obedience. Have the habit of following what is given to you as knowledge, not your nature. You may not want to do what I am saying, but who is asking you whether you want or not? Do it. To the extent that even a generation before that, even marriages were decided by the families. In childhood, when the children did not know anything, they grew up and suddenly they were told, you are already married, come on now, stay together. One elderly gentleman, I still remember, he was a Hasya Kalakar. So he was, from the stage, he said that, but हमारे ज़माने में तो अलग ही चीज होती थी. We didn't have things like love marriage and all. We had marriage and then love. So he used to say that हमने तो कभी एक दूसरे को देखा ही नहीं था. वो घूंघट में होती थी, मैं सहरे में होता था, तुम्हें पता ही नहीं कि एक दूसरे को देखा ही नहीं. बोले कि वो रात को जब वो मुंह दिखाई होती थी, जब वो घूंघट उठाने की रस्म होती थी, तब he said this, that when we used to see for the first time कि ये है मेरे जीवन में, मेरे भाग्य में, and this is what is there. The rest of my life I have to live with this person. First time. And there was no other option. There was no other thought. This is all. Accept. There is no option given. Why? Follow. See, the enforcement in our culture, in our tradition is for a reason. Here, this has the highest spiritual reason that Bhagavan is giving us. That how long are we going to be slaves of our own Prakriti and just follow whatever we have been doing? All these years I have been doing this only, but then now it is time to change. And when we have formed such deep patterns, change is very difficult. Transformation is very difficult. It is painful. And then we say, नहीं नहीं 2-3 जन्म तो लगेगा ये बदलने में. उतना टाइम है? Even if we say 2-3 जन्म, what is the guarantee that next janam will be human only? No guarantee. And especially the way we have been living life, we don't know what we will become. And even if we come back as human beings, the most dreadful thought is we will have to go to school. And the school run by those people who are now studying in the schools. If we want to take that kind of risk, then please give yourself time. 2-3 जन्म में हमारे पास यही जन्म है बस. Let us finish off things and never come back. That is the wisest thing to do. So here Bhagavan is telling that learn to shift this. It's a major paradigm shift where I am not following what my nature has been, what my patterns have been, my used to choices. Now I have to choose as per the scripture. And that is why everything was done according to the scripture. If scripture has said this, it is true. Shankaracharya ji in one place has said to the extent that what should be our faith in the scriptures. Here what Bhagavan is saying, Shraddhavantah Anasuyantah means no fault finding and complete faith. What kind of faith? Shankaracharya ji says, if in any place in the Veda, anywhere, if it is written that fire is cold, I will believe it. That will be truth for me. Even if I am burning in fire, I will believe it is cold because the Vedas have said. That should be the amount of faith. If that kind of faith is there, for example, now if we have rules, we have constitution, we have so many things that we have rules in every place. Within a family, in a household also there are rules. Some are written rules, some are unwritten rules. Some are understood. We have to do this. Certain rules are there. Breaking rules is very thrilling. Breaking rules is very easy. But following is very important. Here Bhagavan is saying Nigraha Kim Karishyati does not mean he has given up on us. He is saying it cannot be stopped. It is very difficult. But our sadhana has to be to make this shift happen where I follow what has been written in the scriptures and not what I have been doing all these years. I cannot live like that anymore. When we only go to any foreign country, suddenly we are very disciplined. How does that come? We lane driving, no littering, punctuality, all these things comes. And somehow when we come back and land, jaise the. Again, same old story. So there has to be, so which means that I can do it if I want to. It is not that I am not capable. If I choose to, I can do it. So what is it that is stopping me from doing? It is only my will, that's all. So Bhagavan is saying that externally stopping anybody is not going to work. So if people tell me 10,000 times you do this, it's not going to work. If I tell others 10 times, nothing is going to work. If I myself choose to make this shift happen, that whatever knowledge and wisdom I have, whatever understanding I have, whatever the scriptural injunctions that are there, I will follow and live according to that only. If I make this shift happen, this is sadhana. Sadhana means it is not easy. Otherwise, why should we call it as sadhana? We can call it as time pass. We are calling it sadhana because it is difficult to do. And Puja Guruji very beautifully says, it is difficult, therefore it is worth doing. Because easy things anybody can do. If it is difficult, it is worth doing. And we all know that if we are, if we are asked to walk on a plain floor, walk from here to there, and after walking, we say, now you have walked so much, very good, we applaud. We are given a medal. See, you have walked so much distance. What a great achievement. We feel, oh, what are you talking? Why? I am feeling embarrassed. This is nothing worthy of recognition or talking about also. Walking, what is the big deal? But this whole thing, this itself is on an incline. This much distance only, but on an angle. And now walk. Now if we walk that distance and climb, and after that, we feel there is some achievement, something worth mentioning, something that even if somebody talks about, we don't feel embarrassed. We feel, yes, I have done something, I have achieved something. Some sense of achievement is there while doing. Means what is difficult, we feel satisfied doing that. What is easy, we don't feel any sense of achievement, no satisfaction. It is casual, okay. What is it? So that is why sadhana means it is difficult but worth doing it. So if Bhagavan Shri Krishna has said in the Gita, do it. Why should I do it? Because it has been said in the Gita. And how can I make this shift happen? How can this assimilation of this knowledge happen in me? Very beautiful example is, Gurudev used to dramatize every little example. He would dramatize so much that we can actually vividly see that, and then the concept will be immediately clear to us. So he would say that this husband came from the office, put his bag aside, give me hot cup of tea immediately. The wife knew, so then she brought, immediately served him tea. It was hot, piping hot, as he liked. He took one sip. Then he said, there is no sugar. Why did you not put sugar? You know that I like sugar. Put sugar. Now, Gurudev says, she knew that something has happened in the office. So she will not come out and show her face now. But she also wants to serve her husband. So from inside only, as she is doing other work in the kitchen, she shouts and says, there is a spoon near the cup. This husband, I am asking for sugar and you are telling me spoon. Can I not see the spoon? I understand. What is it? Bring me sugar. Now the wife says, that spoon is kept near the cup. And after some time, the husband tube late. Suddenly he realizes, oh. After that, he takes the spoon and stirs the tea. And after some stirring, what happens? That tea, which was tasting bitter without sugar, just by stirring, it became sweet. Was this magic? No, sugar was already there. But it had not got assimilated in the tea. Therefore, in spite of having sugar, the tea tasted bitter. What was needed was stirring. Similarly, Gurudev would say that in the cup of our head, there is this tea of Prakriti and the sugar of knowledge. But the knowledge is sitting at the bottom without getting assimilated. We need to do the action of stirring, which is called mananam or reflection, thinking of whatever has been heard and studied and read. It has to be stirred, mananam. And then what happens? Slowly the tea becomes sweet. Means the actions that are following Prakriti, which was bitter, now the sweetness of knowledge has come and mixed with it nicely, that same actions now have become according to the knowledge which has turned the life sweet. So this is what we need to do, to assimilate this knowledge, make it into our nature. So that is why Prakriti and Jnanam, if they are separate, Jnanam sitting at the bottom, then it is not going to work. So if Jnanam only is made our nature, so if that knowledge only is our Prakriti, then now what is my habit or what are the patterns created? Whatever the scriptures say, I do it. That is a pattern. Then there is no conflict. There is no need of changing. There is no need of struggling. It is so easy. So that is why Gurudev made this statement. I have never got something that I disliked because I always liked what I got. I never got something that I did not like. Why? Because whatever I got, I liked it. So that jnanam becomes my prakriti. Then prakriti yanti bhutani. Then there is no need of nigraha only. There is no need of any transformation, because already it is, my life is according to the knowledge only. So that is why he says that this choice is very natural. And in some cases, if we find even great saints and all, they have trained their mind to follow the scriptures, follow the knowledge of the scriptures, the wisdom that they have gained. So all their habits, their sadhanas, everything is going on in that direction. But some of their habits, which they have not really worked on, it is not very significant, they will still be according to Prakriti. If we find, there will be people who will have preferences of food, not dislike. It is not likes or dislike, but they will like something which they have been brought up with. So childhood they have been eating something, childhood they have been habituated of doing something. So they keep continuing certain things which are not very significant and decisive in life. But that Prakriti is seen in, even, that is why I say Jnanavan api, even a learned person. But those saints and great Mahatmas, they have trained their mind for the consequential things and the significant things, they have trained and made the shift. For these insignificant habits, they say it is okay. How does it matter? So I have a habit of having sweets. Okay, so that continues. It doesn't really matter so much unless I have a health issue. But it doesn't really, ठीक है, I like this type of cuisine in my food. Okay, that is a choice. It is not so consequential as deciding on my course of action, my choices in life, or my sadhana. All these things that is more significant. And there, these saints have made the shift. So for them, other things really don't affect so much. So still there the Prakriti is seen. The effect of Prakriti is seen. But person who has made knowledge only as Prakriti, there. That is why Bhagavan is in Nigraha Kim Karishyati, means not externally any amount of sermons are not going to change anything. So if we want others to tell us to do something and we feel that, okay, if you tell me, I will do it, it may not work. And same way, if I feel that I should say something and by my saying that person will change, it is not going to happen. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Accept everyone as they are, but work within to make this shift, to live according to the knowledge of the scriptures. So, Nigraha Kim Karishyati? Who can stop anything? It will follow Prakriti. But let us have this knowledge assimilated into our system, so that that only becomes our guide for choosing, for deciding, and for acting. After this verse, when Bhagavan says Nigraha Kim Karishyati, it seems to be a statement made out of despair, that now there is nobody can stop anyone. So then there is a question again. Then Bhagavan, then does that mean the scriptures are meaningless? Because Shastras, what are they doing? They are saying only, no? They are asking us to mend our ways. So Shastras are telling us to do something. So Shastras also are meaningless, because even after they say we are not going to change, then why say? That may be a question. So Bhagavan is answering that question in the following verse. So we will see that tomorrow. Radha Krishna Kunja Vihari, Radha Krishna Kunja Vihari, Murali Dhara Govardhana Dhari, Govardhana Dhari, Radha Krishna Kunja Vihari, Radha Krishna Kunja Vihari, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, गोवर्धन धारी, शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी, चक्र पीतांबर धारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी, कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी, कृष्ण मुरारी माधव मुरारी, मधुसूदन मुरारी, मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी। बोलिए राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।